On today's episode of WatchJRGo, we are here with Eric's work truck to do one of the craziest things that you should probably never do to a cheap work truck. We are pimping this thing out. What is going on, guys? I'm WatchJRGo, and today I'm here with Eric, who's climbing around all over this truck right now. And today we are gonna put the newest, biggest Atoto head unit in this truck. Now, it's probably the most ridiculous thing you've ever seen. If you guys remember right, we paid $1,000 for this truck, maybe even 900, 1,000? 1,000. And we have about 2,500 bucks in it, and it is ultra reliable. It has no options at all. But the one thing that it doesn't have that is absolutely necessary is Bluetooth and CarPlay. You already knew it was coming. You already knew it was coming. So right now, since we fixed this thing, I put an FM modulator in it, and Eric has been driving around having to use that Bluetooth to FM modulator to listen to music since the day we picked up this truck. And of course, it's one of his 48 work trucks in his fleet, so we have to get this one nice.
Sell it immediately.
Oh yeah, as soon as it's fixed.
But then they'll be happy to know that my backup work truck broke yesterday.
Backup work truck, yes, the Raptor.
I get to see that one too.
Well, the Raptor might be broken, but this has the bass radio in it. There is nothing worse than this one that they didn't even give a cassette player to. It's not even, where's the respect, guys? Where is the respect? Do not put a head unit with no cassette in a truck. And honestly, the CD player probably costs $14 in 2006. So I don't know how this happened, but it has AM, FM only. And then we have this Bluetooth modulator right down here.
It's got E-fans.
Eric's just detailing the truck.
It's never been cleaned in its life. I feel so bad. It still has a, we bought it from a plumber who's going to throw it away.
Yeah.
And he left all like wax rings and toilet bolts and,
yeah,
you know, this is where he kept, I don't know what he kept down in the
seat hole.
Yeah. I don't know what's down there.
Well, Eric's detailing it while I get ready to do the head unit here, but we are going to get rid of the FM only right now and put a gigantic 10-inch screen. I think it might be a 9-inch screen, might be a 10-inch screen, Atoto, in this truck. It's probably not even going to fit right because of the column shifter, but we're doing it. And the FM modulator is going away.
Oh, it says 10-inch Android car stereo.
10-inch Android car stereo.
It says it's powerful.
Woo!
So if you have a 4.3 liter work truck, I don't think you can support this.
You don't think you have enough engine power to run that?
You gotta have a 5.3.
You gotta have 5.3.
Every day, somebody comes up to me and offers to buy this truck for more money.
Take it.
Then we paid. They're like, is it a 5.3? I'm like, yeah. And you can't even hear it run because this thing's actually...
It is very quiet.
Which is crazy because the exhaust like fell apart when you took it off and you went to Atwoods and rebuilt it.
Oh yeah, but I put all the factory bolts in it.
You did,
yeah.
But it's dead quiet. Usually they're not. Like something makes noise.
No, this thing's great.
Every day. You want to sell it? No, I don't. I just put new tires on it.
I don't want to sell it.
Well, after you put the radio in, I think we... have to sell it.
It's just, too nice.
Just
it's
because
way too nice.
Well, then it frustrates you, and we got to do this all over again.
Well, guys, this is the Atoto X10 G1110E. So it's really just the X10, and Android car stereo, 10-inch, powerful floating head unit because it has one of those huge screens that sits in front of the head unit itself. Drive chat, AI, voice companion, flexible viewing adjustment, phone connectivity, and HDMI in. Got an Xbox? Let's put an Xbox in here too.
I do have an Xbox.
Let's do some true pimp my ride action. And then front camera, front and rear dash cam built in, which is the coolest thing about this. So I think we're actually going to put a front dash cam on this truck too. Why not? It records straight to the head unit. Well, you guys know the drill. This is a 2006 Chevy. There is no better dash to pull apart. So let's just go ahead and pop the dash off right now. All right, I got a little spot to grip. So now I do need the keys, Eric. I got to put it in gear. So we got to turn this thing on. We'll put it in first. Weird. How come it
doesn't read right?
It doesn't read right.
It never has.
Huh. That's interesting. Let's go ahead and get rid of that guy right there. Pop off the entire dash. There we go. All right, we're halfway done. I just need 8mm so we can pop out that radio and We are ready to put your new one in. Yeah, just don't scratch the truck that has 300,000 miles.
It's 265 or something.
265?
258.
Ooh, brand new.
Yeah. 224 when we bought it. So I put, what is that? That's way more miles than I thought. I drive it a lot.
Yeah, you put 40,000 miles on it almost. That's
so that $500 transmission.
That's amazing, actually. $500. I'm gonna go ahead and take your Bluetooth adapter too. Oh, it's got USB charging.
You know, I
nice.
believe it was originally yours, so if you would like to have it back.
It was mine. All right, guys, let's open this thing up while Eric's over here getting us some sockets. So we've got here, I assume the wires in that box. We'll just throw those over on Eric's side. And then right here, hey, pull that box off there for me. Pull, 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 pull. There we go, this gigantic. This thing's huge. I can't wait.
What's it look like?
It looks like a giant,
like all the new cars?
It looks like an
gosh.
iPad. We're almost done, man. Unbelievable. All I gotta do is go build that Scotch dash kit for you and then crank out the wiring harness and home free.
So 6 more hours.
Yeah, well,
You act like it's going to be 15 minutes.
it might be 15 minutes. It might be 6 hours. I don't know. What's the difference? I'm not really sure. Who put these screws in here? These are not the factory radio screws. There is no world where they gave us 1-inch screws to hold the radio in.
You got to finish thicker than I want to have to.
All right. Well, they just keep going.
You know, I think this radio's on its way out because every once in a while, it just like shows me nothing here or the numbers are scrambled.
Okay.
And then it will all of a sudden pop back up with the original time.
Interesting.
If it gets any sun on it, which the windows are tinted, so I'd understand.
Yeah, we did put ceramic tint on this recently. I forgot that we balled out on the tent. Here you are with the best tent in the world on the work truck.
Find my heated seats plug back there.
No, I did not, but we should hook up the heated seats for sure. They might not exist, but we'll get them going. Man, this thing is stuck in place.
Go ahead and move some.
Oh, maybe the factory really did put 1-inch screws in.
I bet that's never been out.
Here's my thought. If this has never been out, I could probably use some pliers to rotate the antenna connector because, oh, no, it's coming out. Okay. Sometimes they get stuck and then you rip the wire out of the plug and that's not good, you know?
It depends if a boy or a girl put it in.
Why does it depend?
Well, one would have put it in harder than the other.
I don't think we can put that in the video. I'll put it in there.
Everything has to be taken out of this video.
The girl would have put it in harder than the guy. Yeah?
Oh yeah, we're leaving that in the video.
Put that in there. He's here, he's there, he's everywhere. Rory Kent! Rory Kent!
Rory Kent!
I am over there doing the wiring harness, which you have seen 1,000,000 times on this channel, so it's not like it's really a big deal, but I will show you guys what's going on. Eric is over here mounting the front camera right now. So this is, what is this? ACFHD 02DV. And I am incredibly excited about this camera. Full 1080p, GPS tracking, playback 24/7 parking, and incident detection and G sensor. First of all, wow. Second of all, it hooks up to the head unit with one connector. We don't have to go do a bunch of wiring or anything like that. It looks like you literally run one wire down the pillar. It's got this multi-pin wire right there with data and power in one. So all Eric's doing over here is tossing this thing up. You might put it up really high. Oh no, you don't want it in the blue. You have to put it under the mirror.
You gotta put it right here.
Okay, so
Gotta go like this, right?
Yep. Gotta go like that. Absolutely. So, center it up on the mirror mount and send it. And once he gets the camera stuck up there, give it a solid push. Yeah, that's pretty out of the way too. I like it. It's pretty out of the way. All right, so now all he has to do is run one wire over through the headliner and down the pillar, and the microphone for the voice calls is built into the head unit, so we're not also pulling in microphone wires or anything like that. Literally one wire, and Eric should be done with that here in just a moment, even stringing it back underneath behind the cluster. And over here on the plastic table / workbench, I have the solder and seal connectors out. Everybody loves these, so I'll throw a link to them on the Amazon store below as well. These things are great. I use them for every head unit. And I'm done with the speaker wires, and all I have left is power, ground, and ignition, and we'll go test this thing out, power up the head unit for the first time. And we might even have illumination, even though this is a base model truck. This head unit has more I/O than I think I've ever seen on any other head unit in history. You've got steering wheel control, FR. These should be pre-outs, FRM. Yeah, should be pre-outs. And then we've got this USB cable here, which is, yeah, this is a straight up flash drive you use for the dash cam. You can leave it recording to like a terabyte flash drive all you want, because those are dirt cheap. That's always nice. And then this is USB 2 external storage. What else we have in here? We have all the mounts, and then here they've now integrated all the antennas into a single connector, which is awesome. There's a cell phone antenna in here, 4G antenna 1, 4G antenna 2, Wi-Fi antenna, and GPS, all in this one little harness. And you just plug it in, because you're gonna want your GPS to work, and you suddenly have everything. So you got the keys over here, right? Plug in this connector for me. You won't get it wrong. It only plugs in one way.
Got it wrong.
I know, but it only plugs in one way. And as long as the head unit turns on right now, which it should, say a Toto. Did I get it wrong? Dude, this has 2 microphones on the front. Mic 1 and mic 2. That's absolutely crazy. I wonder if there's a power button we're missing or something like that, because it should have turned on. Unless this ground's not real, which there's a chance. There's a bunch of cars where the grounds aren't real. So I might have to wire in a fixed ground. But you know what? I've done a lot of these. I don't think the ground is wrong. Double check here. Oh, it's right. It's in the harness. It's black. Black should be black. Well, guys, after jumping in here and trying to troubleshoot why the head unit won't turn on, I think I figured it out. We've got the red ignition turn-on wire here. Well, let's start from the beginning. Yellow and black are right here in the center, and black is ground, and yellow is battery positive, right? Those are the full times. And those two are connected, and they're the big pins right here. I know you can't, it won't focus, but they're the big pins in the center of the connector. And then I was like, oh, let's check ignition, right? Red wire's ignition. There's nothing there. So then I start looking at this connector that we bought that says it fits everything GM ever made, which is pretty much true, right? The connector didn't change for like 20 years. But this right here, this red wire is ignition on, and when you look at the connector here, there's nothing there at all. So that's not populated. After a ton of troubleshooting, guys, usually on these, if they don't have ignition power in the harness, which this one didn't, at least not one we could find after testing every single pin, you use the cigarette lighter because it should have switched power. But this is an old GM product, so it does not have switched power. So we ended up looking all over the place, and I figured the next best place is the 12-volt switch power for the climate control. And that is where we finally picked up the ignition. It's the brown wire in the actual ignition, not the blower harness on the climate control if you need to go grab that wire. So just tap into the brown one, and now, wow, that thing started up quick. We already got sound too. All right, so we could scan the QR code. I don't want to scan the QR code. I just, look at that. All right, so if we hit, wow, it's got little bounces. Rear cam, but don't we need it? It needs to be in reverse to have rear cam, right?
I think.
Which means it needs to be running to have rear cam, okay?
In this specific model. Just in this model.
I don't know why.
I don't know why.
Did we do it right?
Is it plugged in?
Should be plugged in. I might not have hooked it up to the right connector. Oh. Well, let's look at front cam. Where's F cam? Watch, we probably hooked them up backwards. Yeah, I think we did it right.
I did all that work for nothing. I don't so.
Yeah, we didn't mess that up. We'll figure it out. Oh, look at that. We do have the cameras. So we got to hook up a flash drive, but that should be front camera. How do we switch between the cameras? Ah. Oh, that's flash drive. Rear. This thing has so many options. It'll take us like a solid 40 minutes to figure out how to go through everything. But we got the cameras set up. Good deal, good deal.
What were you wanting to do?
Oh, open your Bluetooth and fire this thing up. Oh, you can cast your phone if you want to, you know. Yeah,
next to you.
it's got, yep, that's it. Well, it's been an hour or so because it turns out this was maybe the most advanced install I have ever seen in my life, guys. The head unit itself is very, very easy to do. No big deal at all. Wiring, all simple stuff. Getting this dash kit to work and also be able to put the head unit in it's a long ordeal here. So plan on putting a day into this job if you want a 10-inch screen in your car.
Steering wheel off.
Yeah, don't worry about that. Just shove all the wires in there and mount it. That's all you gotta do. So we finally have all of this set up. I know it's pretty dark in here, but as soon as we get all the wires through there, which we have, go ahead and screw this in. So you gotta put it on the factory tabs just like that, and then just put the factory screws in, and they're all right there. And then the head unit will go in. And when we put the head unit, first all the holes have to be blind located. You have to actually guess and put the holes into the brackets with guesswork. And luckily I didn't miss because we would have no chance of fixing it. I've never been through anything like this with any other head unit install in my life. All right, we are ready to plug in this head unit, finally. Everything is set up. So we've got DVR, we got the multi-antenna, we've got the main power connector here. So we'll go ahead and put that one in. And I guess we'll do our antenna next. All right, DVR for the front and rear cameras. And we did hook up both cameras. We've got front and rear going on. And now this is the all wireless antennas. And now we just have to wiggle this thing back into place. Oh, the dash has to be put on first. Then you can wiggle it into place. So we got to put the bezel on and then, yeah. So let's unhook everything. Put your bezel on and then shove this back in its hole. All right, round two, hooking this thing up with the dash in place where it belongs. Now we have to wiggle it back. Oop, can't push on the screen. Wiggle, wiggle. Uh-oh, the wire's locked up. We got bound up on the wires. So now I guess we have to pull it back out and try to, yeah. We got to move some wires around. How did it get caught?
I think maybe you just give it a...
Yeah, I think we just need to give it a little push. Just a little push. Oh, ooh, is it that cable? It's not. I mean, there's plenty of wire for that to stretch out. All right. Okay, camera wires are back. Everything's back there.
Take 7?
Take 7. It might be the antenna adapter that's actually doing this to me, because it needs to lay flat, and it's not. Come on, antenna, go away. All right, here we go again. Wiggle, wiggle. Come on and shake it, shake it. There it went. Okay, now these tabs go under the plastic here, and you keep wiggling, and you keep wiggling. Wow, it actually looks really cool, doesn't it? Ugh. Let's see if you can. Breaks it immediately. I gotta go farther back.
We'll just cut this. We can cut overdrive out of it.
Yeah, we don't
Or
need
tow haul. We don't.
tow haul. Ooh, it's all the way back.
Oh, that's good. Oh, that's risky.
I think we can tilt it a little if we angle it a hair towards you. Otherwise, when it's in park, it's just gonna have to be like that. There's no other way. It won't go back farther. How do I get more rotation? Well, we were able to make the shifter sit where it's supposed to sit by turning the screen towards the driver in here. It won't move any further back. That is where it's supposed to sit in the car. But now, if we fire this thing up, and as long as you're ooh, look at that. We've got everything. We've got maps. All right, guys, so we've got everything going on here. This is very cool. There's our maps. It's full on Google Maps. No, you can't see what's over here. I wish it would stop showing the map. Show Spotify instead. There we go. So you can log into Spotify and have full Spotify over Wi-Fi. You can have, what's this button do? What's this button do? Ooh, is this built-in music? There's already some music just hanging out on here. And we do need to get Eric's phone connected, and then here's CarPlay. And also, the coolest thing about this is you can even you can use it to cast. So you can open any app on your phone and show it on screen, which is pretty cool. Oh, those are the EQs. Cool. You have some custom EQ, I hope. Cinema user, perfect. Custom 1, custom, nice. So you can have a whole bunch of easy access EQs. That's not something you find anymore. I love this. This makes me super happy that you can quickly get the volume up and down. And let's get some music playing. Well, we decided to go ahead and do the Android updates here. It has a full system update program, and the update said it was going to fix basically everything on this too. So we downloaded the updates. Obviously, you just connect it to your Wi-Fi at home on your phone, whatever you want. And I mean, it's literally an Android tablet. And here in a handful of minutes, it says 20 minutes, we should have a completely upgraded system, because YouTube wouldn't play either, and obviously we got to test this thing out with YouTube. So we're going to get everything working here as soon as this update's done, and we should be ready to rock and roll. I do think this is very cool, and it does fit. I mean, it doesn't look insane. I was kind of thinking it was going to be so high that you could see it through the front windshield and it would look really weird, but no, it kind of looks normal. It looks like every other dash these days. It would be good if we could push it back just a hair, but I mean, it's got all the factory install locations set up. And if you move it any further back, you wouldn't be able to access the micro SD card, the SIM card, or the USB ports that are on the side. So yeah, it looks like it's updating pretty quick, actually. It's been more like 5 minutes. It updated Bluetooth first, now it's on system. We're at 15%, so we'll give it a couple more minutes, and then we can get a phone paired, because the first time we tried to pair a phone, it didn't work. So hopefully right after that, we should be good to go. Well, there you have it. That is the Atoto X10 installed. Like I said, this is an advanced install, but it is actually very cool. Now that we've got rear cam, we can go over here, we've got F cam. You do have to go into the settings and tell it which cameras you want to be displayed when you go into those apps. But after you do, it's totally good to go. So now he's got both of those, and he also has the DVR, which is a dash cam for front and rear, plus all the speed and everything like that at the same time. Super sick. You can record both cameras and use them like a security system too, so that's cool. We got all the Bluetooth set up. We got CarPlay set up. So there's Eric's phone right there. We can obviously load up music instantly. So phone, CarPlay, DVR, it's honestly a heck of a thing. Oh, Netflix, check it out. And we're on Wi-Fi. Now that we're on the Wi-Fi, we could log into Netflix. Hit us with a ding ding.
Just
We've already tested it. It plays music. Let's see. If we jump back into CarPlay, we'll hit play for like 1 second. Yeah. Anyway, we can't play any of that music, so we'll just stop that immediately. YouTube is still updating. Play Store is just taking a while. I blame Google for that. It was taking a long time to download the updates. The system update didn't take long at all. So maybe after a reboot, we'll be good to go. You can see the HDMI in right there, but you can customize these as well. Hold down on them. Oh, you can even make additional desktops. Oop, I didn't want to do that. I wanted to, but I can do that. And how do I add? Ah, look at that. So I think I should be able to add an app back on there. I don't know how. I don't use Android, so honestly I feel like this would be easy if I used Android, but I don't. So maybe F-cam. Look at that, R-cam, F-cam. So now if we flip these, ooh, I did not want to do that. See, that's a problem. Yeah, there we go. Problem solved. So he's got CarPlay, cameras, YouTube, and we can put his music on here, or he can just jump into CarPlay, or load up the old AM/FM radio right there. Let's see if it works. Find T95. Come on. Works. So easy to access presets. We do have the dimmer hooked up too to the lights. We have literally everything hooked up. I think that, oh, that's drive chat. Okay. I was like, does that record the radio? That'd be very cool. Other than the install being a big undertaking, I do think this is one of my favorite head units I've ever seen in a car. It's incredible how much it does and how fast it is, right? I mean, it's super, super fast. And if we get a little Bluetooth to OBD2, he can have torque and see everything from the car as well, which is very cool. So you know what, torque, you can have access to everything. There you go. So we can see everything about the car, real-time information, clear codes, all of that right here on the screen as well, if we just get a Bluetooth OBD2 dongle. So that would be cool. And I mean, it just has everything. It has everything you could ever want. Even XM, look at that. And I tried to do like a custom background for you a minute ago, but I mean, you got all those. Those are pretty cool. I like the black, but they had live backgrounds, and I guess I didn't hit save. There you go. You got a 10-inch screen in your 2006 work truck. Totally set up.
Still not as cool.
Ooh, look at that. A taste of UHD. All right, that looks pretty cool, honestly. It is a really good screen. So there you go. I figured this would be a lot of fun. Obviously, Eric could use CarPlay in the work truck, but it's also pretty ridiculous to put a 10-inch Android tablet in the dash of the work truck that does everything on the planet. But at least if you're eating lunch on the job site, you can watch Netflix now. Just log in. Might as well.
Works for me.
Yeah, why not? YouTube, Netflix, it's pretty awesome.
I just never come back from lunch.
He's been out there for 2 days watching Netflix.
I mean,
battery went dead on the truck a long time ago.
4 hours pays 8, so what's it matter to me?
4 hours pays it. Anyway, guys, I'll throw links to everything in the description below. It is really, really cool once you get it installed. And this dash kit was really the thing that killed us because none of it wanted to fit right. And of course, it's just kind of the manufacturing on these dash kits has gotten really cheap. We used a Scosche one, which should be the best one, right? But the Scosche one let me down this time. And of course, the wiring harness didn't work out of the box either. So a lot of modification, but we got it all done. And we fixed his reverse lights while we were at it. That is it for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to head on over to shop WatchJRGo.com for cool shirts just like this. And please like, share, subscribe, do whatever you want to do, and I will talk to you next time. Sorry, I didn't log into Netflix or Spotify or any of the apps.
I don't need your logins. I'll steal somebody else's logins.
Okay, good deal, good deal. It looks cool, and it doesn't look outrageous. Let me see the front of this thing real quick, just to. Oh yeah, you can barely tell. I mean, the front camera is pretty cool, and I don't know why it has a really good field of view. It's kind of pointing up,
Yeah.
but it can see the entire shop, so it's perfect. I mean, you got to get over the hood, and then yeah, it's just like a nice little bump in the dash. It doesn't look crazy at all.
Nah. On all the new cars, they move the tab like they're basically tablets.
Oh yeah.
Like Rachel's is on the dash. But I kind of like it on the dash, so my eyes don't look down.
Yeah.
And all the new ones, they've moved them all down off of the dash.
You know, anything is classier than the old Mercedes where they put them in the middle.
Oh,
of the
those were
pie.
those
Those
were
were the worst.
I couldn't believe it. First time I saw one, I was like, "What?"
Good old C-Class Mercedes.
Like they forgot it, I think, and
They
they're
did.
like, "Boom."
Design.
Yeah. Ugh.
Well, I came back out the next morning and started the updates again, and now it looks like we're getting all the software updates installed. We'll just go ahead and click on about everything we feel like updating there. And I don't want all of them, just some of them. But now I think we have YouTube, which is amazing. Look at that. Pops right up. So I guess shorts it is, because it didn't recommend anything. Anyway, that thing is lightning fast, and I'm not signed in. But we could search for, yeah, buddy. I love this car. It was such a good one. We all love this car. I like that one too.
Hey guys, Richard Rich Rebuilds here, and I wanted to talk about one of the most positively
There we go. Check it out.
in recent history.
Cars on cars.
Everyone seems to love this thing, and
And I also figured out how to make the dash cam show front and rear cameras at the same time. Adjusted the front camera. We're looking really good over here. I did not plug in a flash drive yet, but whenever we buy one, we'll plug it in and just leave it in the truck here. But it's super cool that you can just touch the screen, record, make events, turn on and off the audio. You can do all kinds of really awesome things without fighting or, you know, playing around with the camera up on your dash. It's really cool to have it all built into the car. Also, after I rebooted the head unit, the moving background started working too, which is hilarious. So kind of cool to have the live backgrounds. It looks nice.